Grimes. New Jack then threw his opponent off the structure.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Miraculously.
That's like murder! Why? Bro! Why? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the exact moment wrestlers' lives change. Basically meaning when things go wrong and people's lives get changed forever.
Wrestling is fake? Say that to these guys who can't walk, see, or have other life-altering injuries due to horrible mistakes that happened in the ring. In 1990, a wrestler named Chuck Austin received a huge opportunity when he got to compete in a WWE match. Austin had only been training for 6 months, and this seemed like the opportunity of a lifetime. Unfortunately, the young wrestler's career would be cut short, and his life would never be the same. Chuck Austin was put in a tag team match against Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Rockers. Due to a combination of little preparation and Austin's lack of experience, a tragic mistake would be made. To close out the match, Jannetty hit Chuck Austin with his finisher, the Rocker Dropper. Chuck landed head first on the mat, and he instantly knew his neck was broken. The fact that his life would never...
What you take it famous, you're not supposed to put your chin up. Like, last time I checked, you're not supposed to put your chin up when taking a famous. That's just the thing that I've learned from professionalism. You're not supposed to, take a... that
would soon settled in.
My left hand doesn't have the grip strength to
Yo!
hold drinks.
In the aftermath of the injury, Chuck Austin sued WWE for negligence and sought $3.8 million in damages. The jury, though, did not agree. Instead, they ordered WWE to pay
$26 million. $26 million off of a famous. I knew that, that's absolutely, holy crap, that is scary.
Chuck Austin $26.7 million.
And I got it.
WWE did appeal the ruling, and ultimately, the matter was settled out of court, with WWE paying Austin $10 million. While the finances were good, the reality was that Chuck Austin's life was completely different. Over 20 years after the incident, Chuck Austin was completely confined to a wheelchair and lived in constant pain.
And right now, I spend 80% of my time in the bed.
And that's with medication?
And that's with the medication.
The only thing that allowed him to bear it was painkillers. Chuck Austin did not seek revenge on his opponent, but this next wrestler did. Extreme Championship Wrestling was a company built on wrestlers performing crazy stunts. While many wrestlers got hurt,
be honest, that's definitely not the first time I've seen this clip. I've seen this clip at least probably 15 times in my entire life. That did look brutal because there's like 7 tables. Look like something from like WWE, like not even WWE, like Raw vs. SmackDown 2006 or 7.
Most did make it out without seriously altering their lives, but not everyone. During the Living Dangerously pay-per-view in 2000, one of the scheduled matches was between Vic Grimes and New Jack. The ending of their fight saw the two battling on top of some nearby scaffolding. The plan was for the two to fall off the structure and go crashing through 2 tables. However, once it came time for the moment, Vic Grimes got cold feet, and rightfully so. This resulted
I just want to say R.I.P. New Jack, bro.
in New Jack pulling Grimes down, which caused Vic to land on Jack's head.
That's a balance.
R.I.P. New Jack.
Oh my God!
Vic Grimes walked away without any serious or life-altering injuries.
He's passed away like last year.
But the
He
same
was an absolute legend.
could not be said for New Jack. The impact fractured Jack's skull, caused brain damage, and made New Jack go permanently blind in his right eye. New Jack also suffered from daily headaches and
Can
insomnia.
we just take a second to realize the gray hair on his head is from where he's bladed so many times? I'm pretty sure he said that, where he's bladed too deep.
insomnia for the rest of his life. Unlike everyone else in this video, New Jack would seek revenge. 2 years after the incident, New Jack and Vic Grimes would have a rematch. Not learning from the last time, the two fought with a giant scaffolding structure
I remember
above the
this
ring.
clip.
Once
It's
both
the
men were
one
on
I'm
top of
thinking
it,
of.
Jack pulled out a real stun gun and used it on Grimes. New Jack
Kobe!
off the structure.
Holy
with the intent-
crap! Holy crap!
Miraculously,
That's like murder! Why? Bro! Why? For your 4-digit paycheck! Is it worth it? Really?
Vic Grimes survived and only suffered a dislocation.
Getting maybe
It's easy to see how a
$1,000
big stunt like New
for
Jack falling to the floor
that
can cause
spot.
life-altering injuries, but even simple moves can do the same. On August 16th, 2003, Steve Corino didn't realize it, but his life was about to change forever. Corino began wrestling in 1994 and was best known for his time in ECW. While he wrestled a handful of matches in WWE, Steve was never signed by a major wrestling company. Once Ring of Honor was founded in 2002, Corino became part of the company during its formative years. At a show in 2003, Steve Corino fought Homicide in a no-holds-barred match. Ironically, it wasn't any weapon that would permanently alter Steve Corino's life, but a simple move. The two had only been wrestling for a few minutes when Homicide did this.
And a shining wizard on top.
Homicide slapped Steve Corino so hard that Corino's eardrum was ruptured. Corino continued
Dude.
and finished the match, but he permanently lost hearing in his left ear. In other cases, a botched move indirectly leads to someone's life
Right
being
here.
altered, and that's the unfortunate case with Jake Roberts. In 1987, one mistake completely altered Jake the Snake's life. During an episode of WWE Superstars, Roberts was hosting a show, The Snake Pit, where he was interviewing the Honky Tonk Man. At the end of the segment, this happened. It looked like a
Dude! I cringe every time I see this clip. Every time. For the ones that haven't saw this clip before, Honky Tonk Man was he was given a real life guitar and not a prop guitar. And it was supposed to, you know, how Elias used to smack people, Jeff Jarrett, etc. Those are prop guitars, not real guitars. I know, spoiler alert. But he was given a legit guitar and decided to swing it like a baseball bat.
normal wrestling stunt. However, the guitar Honky Tonk Man used was not gimmicked properly. This caused Robert's neck and spine
Fun fact, to this day, Jake the Snake still hates the Honky Tonk Man.
to be seriously injured, and he was lucky he didn't become crippled. Robert's wife even had to pull fiberglass out of his back for 2 weeks. Jake's lawyer suggested he sue WWE, but Jake Roberts' love for wrestling prevented him from taking his employer to court. Unfortunately, the injury left Jake in constant pain, and the only remedy that worked was painkillers. Roberts became reliant on these pills and developed an addiction to other drugs and alcohol as well. This eventually started to affect Jake Roberts' ability in the ring, as well as his personal life.
You won't play 21? I got 22.
So I'm nailing it. And if you look at the tape, the stuff looks fake because I'm talking to him, Jake, come on, just give me a DDT. That's it. And this whole thing is fixed. And he is not working.
In 2000, Jake Roberts' wife would leave him due to his addiction. Things got worse and worse for Jake until fellow wrestler and friend Diamond Dallas Page stepped in. In 2012, Roberts moved in with Page and was able to overcome his addiction and do a 180 on his leg. Then, in 2014, Jake was welcomed back to WWE and inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, my family, my girls and boys, please stand up, because you're my heroes. They gave me a second chance. God bless the WWE, because they gave me one too.
While Jake Roberts' story has a happy ending, this next wrestler does not. Imagine losing a job with WWE simply because of what someone else did. That's the reality for Devin Nicholson. Born in Ottawa, Canada, Nicholson became a wrestling fan at a young age and knew he wanted to make it his career and eventually wrestle for WWE. Devin was so passionate about becoming a professional wrestler that he turned down scholarships to pursue his dream. He trained with the legendary Hart family and competed in his first match in 2001. Devin Nicholson eventually got the name Hannibal and performed all over the world. While Devin was living his dream, his goal was still to get signed.
This mistake is costing Amazon Prime shoppers big. Are you still using Prime? Because at this point,
by WWE. However, that would be taken from him. During a match in 2007, Nicholson fought wrestling legend Abdullah the Butcher. As was the norm for Abdullah, the match was bloody and violent. At one point, Abdullah cut himself and used the same razor blade cut Devin. Nicholson didn't realize it at the time, but that one incident resulted
Something inside of me is just feeling like he didn't sign up for a death match. You know what I'm saying?
in his life being completely altered.
I didn't
After
inform
staying close
him
to
that this
10
was
years
a
as an
death
independent
match,
wrestler,
and he ended
WWE
up,
finally
you
came
know.
calling and offered Devin Nicholson a contract.
I called my dad, and my dad was so happy. It's like finally, like I may have been a disappointment, but at that moment I wasn't. It had all been for, like it was all worth it. I wasn't an idiot for turning down the scholarships. I didn't waste my time doing this stuff, and it all paid off.
Unfortunately, the good news was only temporary, and Nicholson was slammed with a shocking discovery that altered his life. WWE rescinded the contract due to them learning that Devin had hepatitis C. Nicholson was unaware of how he got infected, but upon reviewing footage, he suspected his match with Abdullah the Butcher was where it originated from. Devin Nicholson sued Butcher, and through a court-ordered blood test, it was discovered that Abdullah had the same strain of hepatitis as Devin Nicholson.
Okay, so I have no idea what that means.
Not only did Devin have his dream taken away from him, but he also had the painful task of treating the infection. Thankfully, the treatment did work, and Devin Nicholson was cured. However, WWE never gave him a second chance. Nicholson did get a victory over Abdullah the Butcher and was awarded $2.3 million.
$2.3 million.
However, Abdullah didn't pay up, and still to this day, Devin
This,
Nicholson
like,
is
lawsuit's
sued
big.
for his lawsuit. Mick Foley
Bigger
is
than
universally
pretty
known
much
as the
any other-
nicest and friendliest person in wrestling, which is why
than
it's so
pretty
sad
much
to
any
hear
other
what happened to him.
sport
Whether he's
lawsuit
had to
that I know
distract
of, to be
mankind
honest.
or just plain
I don't
old
watch
Mick Foley,
sports,
the
so I
hardcore
don't know.
legend was always willing to put his body on
Of
the line
course,
to entertain
of course,
fans.
the legend himself.
Oh my goodness.
The legend from Bloomington, Indiana.
Well,
For the ones that don't know, this is the type of people from my state of Indiana. He's from Bloomington, Indiana, for context. Mick Foley. Legend.
Foley sustained a number of injuries that he still feels the effects of to this day. One accident.
Well, I mean, I know that will jump that far.
Foley was
And
wrestling
just
a match in
casually.
Germany against his
Oh, they're
rival,
showing this
Vader.
clip.
Foley planned on doing a spot where his head would get caught in the ropes. Mick had done this stunt many times before and knew how to perform it safely.
Yo!
However, the ring ropes were tighter than usual, causing
This
Foley to
clip-
get stuck, and he started to suffocate. Thanks to the referee's quick reaction, Foley was able to escape with his life. However,
Yep, that's in here. That's
his
in
ear
it.
had been cut. Despite the injury, Mick Foley got back into the ring and continued the match. Then, a blow by Vader caused Mick's ear to completely detach from his head and fall to the mat. Once the match is over, Foley was taken to the hospital and treated for his injury. However, the damage was permanent, and to this day, Mick Foley's right ear is deformed. Several wrestlers have had their entire careers ruined due to one mistake. To find out what they did, watch this video.
Bro. If you guys haven't yet, please like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys next one.